Manga-Waido.
My name is Kazuki Hosokawa. My grandfather was a business owner and my father worked for him. My family was reasonably well off, and my grandfather took me out to eat whenever he could.
Grandpa, look! I got a perfect score in my math test!
Oh, you worked hard. And let's go out and eat sushi for a reward,
Yay!
My grandfather had a favorite high-end sushi restaurant. I loved to eat sushi with my grandfather at the counter. But when my grandfather passed away and my father took over the company, life gradually changed. The company started to go under due to the recession. And then, when I was in high school, my father, "If things continue like this, the deficit will only grow," and folded the company and went to work for an ordinary company. Naturally, the family's finances became difficult at once. I started working part-time to help the family as much as possible. This is Manwa Sushi, where my grandfather used to take me. I miss it. I wonder how the owner's doing. This is the same sushi restaurant where my grandfather used to take me when I was a child. As I was thinking about that day, I found myself cleaning the front of the sushi restaurant. Then...
Oh, are you that part-timer from the restaurant next door?
Yes.
Did you sweep in front of our restaurant too? Thanks.
I'm sorry. I was just reminiscing about this place, and by the time I realized I was right in front of it.
Oh, you've been here before.
Yes, actually.
Oh, are you Hosokawa-san's grandson by any chance?
What? You remember me?
I think, you're Kazuki, right? You've grown up, haven't you? Is your grandfather doing well?
About that. When I told him that my grandfather had already passed away, the chef, Manwa-san,
I see.
had a sad look on his face.
That's right. Will you, come by my place after your part-time job?
Yes, I don't mind, but... And when I stopped by at the end of my part-time job as I was asked...
Here, give this to your grandfather.
And gave me a folded box of sushi. Thank you very much. I think my grandfather will be pleased. This was the beginning of a friendship that led to a close talk with Manwa-san whenever I saw him. My interaction with Manwa-san continued until I quit my part-time job. And I finally graduated from college. Today was the last day of my part-time job. I visited Manwa-san's store to say hello. Thank you very much for your help. It was a pleasure talking with you, Manwa-san.
I'll miss you, Kazuki. If you'd like, come visit our place from time to time.
Thank you. I'll definitely come back to eat.
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
But, despite promising that, I haven't been able to go to Manwa Sushi since then. I got a job at a real estate company, but I was so busy every day that I would get the last train home. I had money problems, but I didn't have time to go out to eat sushi in the first place, and I'd just go home and fell asleep. The reason I was so busy wasn't just because of the workload. The problem lies with this guy. It's Igarashi, my senior. Igarashi-san, I finished organizing the client data.
Okay then, this is next. Flyers for new properties. Make them by tomorrow.
What?
What's with that face? You're gonna say no?
Well, it's already this late.
Huh? When I was a rookie, they made me do a lot more than that, you know. If I tell you something, you do it. You know what happens if you disobey me, right?
As soon as I joined, Igarashi gathered us newbies together and
I used to be a famous badass, yes.
And boasted. Apparently, Igarashi was a member of the Doraemon or something.
There's not a badass around here who doesn't know my face.
He brags. Bragging about his former delinquent days were so low that me and the rest of my colleagues were taken aback. But it's pretty scary when you're threatened by a guy this big with a face like that. Igarashi was cracking his knuckles that day as well, and...
Do it by today.
He yelled at me and left. 3 of my colleagues were going through the same thing. And if you even slightly disobey...
Want me to put you in the hospital? Some of my old friends became Yakuza, you know? If you want to go home safely at night, listen to me.
He threatened us with such words. Igarashi not only forced us to work, but he also took credit for contracts we had worked so hard to get. Igarashi-san! Why did you change the name of the person in charge of this rental property?
What are you talking about? I was the first one to deal with the customer.
But after that, you threw them to me, saying, "These clients aren't gonna make me any money."
Did I? Well, I'm the one who reported it to the higher-ups. Don't make a fuss about it.
I can't accept this!
So what are you gonna do? Beat me up and take back the contract?
I can't do that.
Fine, I'll fight one-on-one with you as much as you want. You think you can win? Come at me!
Igarashi raises his fist towards my colleague. I rush to get in between the two of them. Please, don't be violent!
Huh? If you don't want to get beat up, then don't come near me again!
We are reaching our limits, too. If that's what it has come down to. After that, we bought voice recorders and a small camera that we could put in our breast pockets to collect evidence. I guess the single-minded Igarashi never thought we'd challenge him. After that, he would say things like, "There's a Yakuza in my group," and "If you cross me, I'll draw blood." He would force us to do his work and leave before we did. A few months later, we gathered enough evidence. This should make the higher-ups believe what we say. And right when we were about to file charges, "You know that fancy place called Mama Sushi?" "Oh, Mama Sushi. I have a client who likes it there, and I'd like to go there for a reception, but they don't accept first-time customers." "If it's that place, I know the owner, so I can make a reservation." "Really?" As we were having this conversation,
Then make the reservation now. I always wanted to try that place.
"What?" I turned around and saw Igarashi there. Apparently, he was listening. "I can't right away, but..." I said no, but...
This is also part of the job. Are you saying you can't work with me?
I had no choice but to contact Manwa-san. After explaining the situation, Manwa-san said,
I'll get you a private room where it won't bother other customers.
and he gladly accepted. I hope nothing bad happens. Please don't make a fuss there. I gave him a warning and visited Mama Sushi on Friday night, but that guy Igarashi was so taken in by the delicious sushi and the atmosphere of the restaurant,
Sake! Bring more!
he started to make a fuss. Igarashi-san, I told you not to make a fuss, didn't I?
What? Are you telling me what to do?
I'm not telling you what to do, I'm asking you. This is a high-class sushi restaurant. Please, be quiet.
I'm a customer, you know? They say a customer is a god. I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Igarashi is the only one in a good mood, laughing and chewing on his sushi. I was told it was for a reception, but that was just an excuse. And in the end, no customers showed up. I just looked down, wishing he would hurry up and finish eating. Igarashi, perhaps not amused by our attitude,
What's wrong with you guys, huh?
and started getting involved with us. We couldn't stand it anymore.
Hey, Asakawa, are you drinking?
Yes, I'm having some.
Liar! It hasn't gone down at all.
That's not true.
Poor people like you never had such good sake. You're scared, aren't you?
No.
Stop looking so bitter and have a drink. Come on.
Please stop, it's gonna spill.
Shut up! I told you not to talk back. You know I'm the former president of Doraemon.
I understand that.
I'll show you what expensive liquor tastes like to my poor juniors. Hey, drink up.
What? I can't believe it. Igarashi poured sake all over my head. Sake soaked the tables and the tatami mats and splashed on the expensive-looking hanging scrolls. Hey, Igarashi-san! Get something to wipe! My colleagues rushed to call the waitress and asked her for a hand towel.
Huh? Just let the waiters do the cleaning.
Please cut it out! Igarashi-senpai wanted to come, so I asked the chef to prepare a private room for us.
What? Are you trying to get on my bad side?
How important do you think you are, Igarashi-san? You're always pushing us to do all the work and never do anything yourself!
Huh? I'm the former head of Doraemon.
I'm tired of hearing that! So what, you used to be a former delinquent? How can you boast about an embarrassing past like that?
What did you say?
We've recorded all your outbursts and abusive behavior so far. We'll report it to our superiors by next week.
You assholes.
Igarashi started to lose his temper as he turned purple. But then a certain someone appeared in front of us.
Kazuki, are you all right?
Manwa-san, I'm really sorry for disturbing you.
No, it's okay. Hey, I'm reporting to the top. You know what's gonna happen if you undermine me like that?
Igarashi's words were interrupted by Manwa-san, who had a sharp gaze.
Are you the one that spilled the alcohol all over the place? What then, old man? This is my mentor's private dining room, and it's not an exaggeration to say that. To defile it is the same as disrespecting him. I'll make sure you pay for this.
I was overwhelmed by his pressure. Igarashi must have been intimidated as well,
Pay for this?
and turned pale.
I will charge you 1 million yen for the cleaning. Million? No way. Someone like you wouldn't know value, but these tatami mats are very special and cost more than 100,000 yen per tatami. The hanging scroll was painted by a famous teacher. It's worth more than 1 million yen.
But Igarashi said, "Well, why would I pay that?" He retorted.
My senior's a Yakuza. I'll ask him to close this place down if you keep talking nonsense. Oh, the Yakuza, you say? It's against the law to call yourself a Yakuza and threaten people. I'll report you to the police. Landlady, take care of it. Huh? Wait, what?
I guess they called the police station nearby. The policeman appeared immediately. As expected, Igarashi was also scared by this turn of events.
They didn't do anything! Don't touch me!
He went on a rampage and was taken away for assault after punching a police officer. Manwa-san, I'm so sorry for the trouble I've caused you.
No, it's okay. We didn't have many customers today. They're all regulars, so it's fine.
I bow my head down to all the customers who were there, everyone being warm people. Must have been a hard time with a senior like that. Good luck! And encouraged me. At the end of the week, we reported Igarashi's behavior to our boss with the evidence we had prepared. I also told him that Igarashi had been taken away by the police after he got into trouble at a sushi restaurant. I was hoping this would get him demoted, but apparently Igarashi was causing some problems even before we joined the company. Top management decided that it was impossible to retain Igarashi and fired him.
Damn it, why me? What do you mean I'm fired?
It was funny how the supervisor was disgusted, saying, "There's no way we can keep an idiot who openly says he has ties with an illegal organization. If you boast too much about being a delinquent, only a path of self-destruction is awaiting. I'll take Igarashi as my role model and live a serious life." I visited Manwa Sushi again later and apologized, and Manwa-san told me that he had charged Igarashi a reasonable amount for the cleanup. Igarashi said he had no savings and asked for forgiveness. But when Manwa-san told him he would sue if he didn't pay up, he borrowed money from somewhere and paid it off.
I've made peace with it. And he's banned from the restaurant, so it's all good now. Come eat here again.
Yes, of course. Thank you for everything. Rumor has it that Igarashi has had a hard time finding new employment since then, and is having trouble paying back the money he borrowed. Well, I doubt any company would hire a guy who used to say he was a Yakuza. Suck on that! Workplace is peaceful now that Igarashi is gone. Lately, I'm getting used to my job, and the number of days I can go home on time has increased. I realize now that it's a very good company if I'm able to concentrate on my work. From now on, I will work harder than ever with my colleagues.